What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here tonight for the review for The Oval on BET. This is season 2, episode number 3, and the episode is titled Wicked Things, you guys. So, without further ado, let's get into the episode. All right, you guys. So we are going to go out of order. So where I want to start up with is, let's start with Sam. So Sam went to Donald's office, and Sam is, talking to Donald about this whole situation between Agent Yuma and Agent Max, and why didn't he find out about it? Well, Don tells him the reason that you didn't find out about it is because we had it under control, and you don't want that to get out to the media. Well, too bad, it's already got out to the media. So then, Sam tells him that he doesn't believe it, which you shouldn't believe it because it's not true. Yuma and Max were not having an affair with Denise. It was the president. So then, like I said, he said he doesn't believe it. And then, Diane said that there was a dead girl. And, Don is telling him, well, she's off her medication and she was lying. So don't believe anything from don't believe the ramblings of a crazy person that's off their meds. So then, Sam asks him, well, do their wives know? He says, yes. He says, we're sending someone to talk to them. So he says, who are you sending? He says, we're sending Max. And Sam was like, why are you sending Max? I mean, not Max, but Kyle. We're sending Kyle. He's like, why are you sending Kyle to talk to Max's wife? Kyle is Max's antagonist. He says, okay, we'll change that one. So then he asks him, so can I go to the hospital and see, Max? He says no. So then Sam leaves out of the office with Don. He puts his IFB in, and there's somebody in his ear telling him something. We don't know what they're telling him right away, but we'll definitely discuss it in a little bit what they were telling him. So then we see that Sharon has picked up her stuck-on stupid boyfriend Barry. So Barry is telling Sam, no, why did I say Sam? Barry is telling Sharon that, he saw Ruth. She's like, well, did Ruth tell you where Callie was? He says, no, she didn't tell me where Callie was. But, she did press charges against me. And once again, Barry, you did kidnap the girl. I might not be a big fan of Ruth's, but you did kidnap the woman. So it is what it is. You know what? I really should buy me like one of those overhead lights, like what they use on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the Real Housewives when they film their interview looks. I should really just buy a light because this ring light is not cutting it because it doesn't look right sometimes. So yeah, I need to look into that. And then certain colors don't pop either, but it is what it is. So then they start talking about the money situation. Sharon asked him, where did you get that money from? He says, Sharon, stop playing with me, that's your money. She's like, no, it's not. Why do you think it's my money? He says, because you got it from Kareem selling drugs. She was like, there is no such thing. So they had a back and forth about it. And shout out to the subscriber who told me in the comment section last week that where that money came from, because I would have. So in the comment section, you guys can definitely feel free to, give me in the comment section, you guys are in the comment section below, you guys, please feel free to let me know anything that you think might be pivotal in this show from Ruthless, because I'm never going to watch Ruthless. That show just did not interest me one bit. I don't do cults, so I just could not watch it. Even though I know BET is doing a season 1 rerun on BET, I just have no interest in Ruthless. I tried to watch that first episode, and that first episode threw me off. And then the other episode, I think I got to episode 4, whatever episode it was, when that dude told that one guy to pull his pants down and he sniffed his dick. That was it for me. That was when I was out. So yeah, if you guys want to put anything that you think, definitely ties in with, this storyline on this show, let me know in the comment section. I'm here for it. You guys can tell me everything about Ruthless. There's no such thing as a spoiler when it comes to Ruthless, because JB is not going to ever watch Ruthless. So yeah, go ahead and feel free if you guys want to tell me whatever about Ruthless. I'm not going to even be like, why would you tell me that? Tell me that. So let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. So when Sharon and Barry got home, the locks had been changed on the door. Richard had a terrible ass attitude because they were like, "You going to work?" He was like, "Yeah," and they were like, "Did the doctor okay that?" He's snapping. I mean, he's snapping at everything they say. Did the doctor okay this? Are you? Can I iron the clothes for you? Can I do this for you? Can I da 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 da? He is. He's in a he in his mood. He in his feelings. So then Barry asked him, "So are you and Mom still fighting?" He says, "Are you and Sharon still fighting?" And Barry was like, "Really, Dad?" He was like, "Sharon did exactly what your mama did," and Barry was like, "Dad, that was years ago, and it still hurts." Which I'm not gonna take that away from him. That it hurts the fact that your wife cheated on you and had a baby on you. So I'm not gonna sit and keep it a secret from you. I'm not gonna pretend like that wouldn't even hurt you. But I mean, damn, Richard is just doing the most. Um, and the biggest thing with Richard is he wants to know who the father is. And the fact that I'm about to agree with Barry and say that Barry made some sense. Richard, if you find out who the father is, what is that going to do? What is it going to change? How is it going to help you to move on with your life? If you know who Picky's daddy was, what is that going to do for you? Answer me that question, Batman. Riddle me that. Riddle me that. Exactly. It ain't gonna do nothing. So then, Richard asked him, "So what's going on with my granddaughter?" He says, "Well, I did find Sharon." Not Sharon. Damn. I keep getting these names switched up tonight. I don't know what the hell is going on with me. He did find Ruth. He said, "Well, did she tell you where she was?" He says, "No." Ooh, that ain't COVID, you guys. Something got caught in my throat. So he says, yeah, I did find Ruth. She had me, she pressed charges against me. And he was like, "So the cops didn't, ask her where the baby was?" No. Now, which that is weird. I mean, again, look at what that woman is wearing. That alone was a red flag. Look at what she's wearing. She's screaming Rakadooshi. She's screaming it. But they didn't say nothing to her. Child Bobby. Bobby. Why is Bobby always soaking wet? Homie looked like he just got through running a marathon the way he be sweating bullets. So, it's him and Lily at that cabin, and Lily is asking him, "Lily, you sound like a jilted love. Not actually, nah. You sound like a girl. Nah, you sound like somebody who's sprung." That's the easiest way I can say. You sound like someone who is sprung, because she's asking him, has he ever brought anybody there? Has he brought women there? He says, "No, I brought men here before." I was like, "Oh shit, he's brought men there before." And he told her, not in that way. So I guess, he was like torturing men. Ew. Again, I will ask the question, who is this man? Like, this man got a bag full of mystery. I mean, every time you dig in there, you pull out, "Ooh, didn't expect that. Oh, that's worse than the last time. Oh, let's put that back in there. Let's pull something else out. Oh, let's put that back too." It's just like every time you find out something about Bobby, it's like when you find out something about him, you're like, "Oh, let's put this back and pretend like I didn't find it." Yeah, shouldn't have done that one. So Diane finally shows up. Once again, Lily is jealous because she wants to know if Diane and Bobby has had sex. Diane says yes, but she's not interested anymore. So Bobby noticed that Max was awake and had a gun. He was able to get the gun from Max, but he told Diane to check him. When Diane checked him, Max got the upper hand on her and put her in a chokehold. So they pleading back and forth with Max that we on your side, let her go. He's asking for the fucking keys. They keep pleading with him. It was a back and forth. At the end of the day, he finally let the girl go. Here's the thing that threw me off. Two things with this. We just not gonna talk about the fact that Max has been recast, because that is a recast of Max, right? That's gotta be a recast. That does not look like the same dude that played Max last season. I know that's not the same Max. I know that's not. And in soap opera world, when they recast the role of Max, I'm gonna use General Hospital because the only Max that I know last name is from General Hospital. His name is Max Jbarrett. The role of Max Jbarrett is now being played by Kyle Lowry. That's Kyle Lowry. Is that how you pronounce his name? Is that how you pronounce his last? I've never understood how. I've never known how to pronounce that man's last name. That's a soap actor as well, you guys. By the way, He's played on Days of Our Lives. He's played Rex Brady, and he's played. I was about to say Ethan, but that's the guy who Ethan. He played Brady Black. The guy who plays Brady now played Ethan on Passions. But yeah, I went off into a tangent. Didn't mean to go off into a tangent, you guys. My bad. But yeah, that's typically how. I mean, I don't know. But it looked like a different Max to me. Suffice it to say. Here's the other thing that got me. For Max to have gotten shot and they did surgery on him, this man is moving around like Michael Myers. Because y'all know, anytime Michael Myers gets shot, gets stabbed, blown up, whatever, homie gets up as if he ain't been, as if nothing's happened to him. Max is moving around as if nothing has happened to him. They did surgery on you in your chest. How are you able to move around like that? Let's move on, because I'm about to go into another tangent. Where we at? Yeah, let's move on. All right, you guys. So we are going to move on. Priscilla. I thought Priscilla was calling Sam, but then I figured it out. She's calling Jean, asking, trying to check on Jean because she says when Jean gets off of work, she always calls her. But tonight is different. Yeah, unfortunately, Priscilla, it's gonna be different for a long, long time. Indefinitely. Infinity. It's gonna be indefinite. Yeah, you will never hear from Jean again. So Jean calls someone named Alonzo at the White House, and she asked him to let her know if Jean had clocked out. So he looked at the logs, and Jean has not clocked out. So then she says, well, can you look on the cameras and see if she's, see if you see her? So he does pull up the cameras. He says, I do see her, but she went into the residence room. She's like, okay. He said, but here's a strange thing. With the president, he told us to cut the feed, cut the cameras over there in the residence. She said, well, check the back stairwell. So he checks that. He says she never came out. He says, but here's something else that's odd. I see them when they wheeled out Miss Laura, but no sign of Jean. So now, Priscilla is worried. Yeah, Priscilla, say a prayer for your girl. May her soul and spirit rest in peace. That poor girl, they should have protected Jean, like my girl Ashley had been saying. And speaking of Ashley, you guys, she did have surgery today. So I want you guys to go over to her channel, go to her latest video, and it was a success. So let's lift our girl up in prayer. So then Kyle. Now this scene with Kyle, at first I was confused as to who they were talking about. Because when Kyle got over there and he was saying, oh, that's right. Okay, I got it now. They were talking about Diane because her car was at a gas station. Which, how in the hell did she get to Bobby? So many questions that I didn't have answers to. But, Kyle is worried about Diane. Don is, however, not so worried about her. He just wants the bitch dead. His words, not mine. So then, they talk about Lily. Lily is not coming back. So, Kyle says, well, since she's not coming back, how about I get my keys back? He's like, oh, these keys? Yeah, those keys. You got to work for them. He was like, what do you want me to do? Now, I'm sorry. The guy that plays Kyle, he has no rhythm. Just saying. He says, I want you to get on your knees and work for it. So Kyle got down on his knees. That scene was so unbelievable. That was the most unbelievable sex scene I've ever saw in my life. Because Don was pretending as if he was getting some head. But if you noticed, when Don dropped the keys, the guy Kyle, so this is Don. This is Don, right? This is Don, right? I'm Kyle. Kyle was not right. Kyle was not like this. Kyle was like this. And when he dropped the keys, he looked up. I'm like, if you're gonna do a sex scene, you should at least like have the camera angled so we can't even see him. I mean, I can see his forehead, but whatever. Then Ellie. I don't really know why we needed this scene, to be quite honest with you. This scene with Ellie, I don't know why we needed it. It was a wasted scene to me. So Ellie went home. Alan's at home. Alan is in his drawers. I thought Alan wanted to have sex. I think he did. But, Ellie is so tired. She wants to take a shower. So she goes to the room. When she goes to the room, there's a box on the bed with an engagement ring in it. She turns around. Alan is on his knees. Alan asks her to marry him. She says that she's not ready. He says, but you were ready a few weeks ago. What's changed? The job that she got. I'm like, oh, that's what's changed, huh? Not the fact that you had sex with the president. But okay, whatever. So then she goes into the kitchen. I'm like, what the hell did she go in the kitchen for? I thought, never mind. Never mind. Let's just keep going with the story. So he falling behind her, and basically to wrap it up, he is an Ike Turner because did he push her head into the damn cabinet and then pretend like it didn't happen? Girl, run. Let's move on and wrap the episode up. All right, you guys. So I saved the best for last because this was the best part of the episode. So the episode now, it actually opened with Victoria. You guys remember in the last episode, Victoria found Gene up under Jason's bed dead. So a maid comes up and, she's like, so do you want me to go in and clean the room? She's like, oh, no. It's all good. It's just some dirty clothes. And, we're going to have him clean it up when he gets back. So then the maid says, well, Ms. Laura, when she went in there, but she was never able to finish it because, she had the heart attack. So Victoria says, well, how is she? She's like, oh, I don't know. She says, I was going to go by and see her when I, got off of work. And then Victoria says, well, where is she? So the maid tells her where she is, and she's like, oh, let's send her some flowers. Now, Victoria, why do you have to be so rude to the staff? I don't get it. So then Victoria goes to her room and she calls for Hunter. So Hunter comes out. He's like, what's up, Victoria? She's like, you need to go into Jason's room. He was like, why? She's like, come with me. So they go into his room. He's like, ugh, what's that smell? Here's the thing that I'm still thrown off by. Why does Gene stink? I'm still thrown off by that. Is it rigor mortis? Like, how long does it takes a while for that to set in? So I'm going to assume Jean took a shit on herself. Yeah, rigor mortis. How long does it take to set in? The stiffening of joints and muscles on a body. Also, it is a few hours. Okay. The stiffening of joints and muscles of a body a few hours after death, usually lasting from 1 to 4 days. I mean, the body stiffens, but does it stink after a few hours? Okay, rigor mortis, or it's a third stage of death. It is one of the recognizable signs of death characterized by stiffening of the limbs of a corpse caused by a chemical change in a... But see, the question is, how long does it take for the body to smell? But see, the thing is with Jean, she hasn't been dead that long. Jean has not been dead that long because Jason killed Jean, and then not long after. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. Jean has not been dead hours. She might have been dead maybe an hour or two, I would say. Because here's the timeline for me, and correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. But the timeline when Jason was packing, Jean was helping Jason pack his stuff so that Ma could take them. Jason killed Jean, and they came to get him and Gail. So he stuffed her body up under the bed, and they left. So I'm gonna assume that maybe Jean pissed or shit herself. That's the only thing I can think of, because I just don't see how the body smells that bad, and it hasn't been days. Because even with a dead animal, it takes a while for a dead body to. Even with an animal, it takes a while for the body to stink. It takes a few days. But okay, I'm just gonna roll with it that Jean stinks. I'm not gonna even keep digging and delving into it. Hell, where was I at? Because I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about? Well, I know what we were talking about, but what was I? Oh, Victoria told Hunter they have a problem, and they went to Jason's room, and he was like, "What's that smell?" So he looks under the bed, and there is a dead Jean. So Victoria tells him he needs to get rid of Jean. He was like, "Me? What the hell?" So then she goes into the closet and gets a trunk, and she says, "You'll put the body in here. I'll call my mother to meet up somebody at the airport, so that way they can take their body and do whatever they're gonna do with it." I'm like, "Ooh, y'all just ain't got no respect for the dead." So then we see Victoria and Hunter. You know, they're in like the little foyer parlor, whatever you call that. And Sam comes in there and tells them that the plane had an emergency landing in Texas, and that her mother is dead. He said she had a heart attack. I'm like, how in the hell did y'all get a heart attack? So she had a heart attack, right? Then why did the window bust open? Why is the window open? And why was she sucked out? Y'all gotta make this make sense. And then Sam said there was some mechanical issues. What is the mechanical issue? The emergency hatch was open. Okay, never mind. I'm going to keep moving. So Sam asked him, "Is there anything that we can do to clean up, your son's room?" And Hunter says, "Oh, no. We'll take care of it." So then we see Victoria. Victoria did not care about the fact that her mom is dead. She says, "I hated the bitch, and I'm glad she's dead." I was like, well, wow. Tell us how you really feel about your mama. But Victoria is very suspicious about what actually happened on the plane. So Jason calls Victoria and tells them that, they landed in Texas, and that some men came and took Gail. And, he doesn't know where he is. It was people that worked for his grandmother. And Victoria says, "I know where they took her." So I wonder if they're going to write. Now, here's the thing with Gail. Are they going to completely write her off the shows? Or would they recast her? Because we all know Paige Hurd is on Power Book 2, Ghost. So I wonder how they're going to do that. That'll be interesting to see. So then she asks Jason, "Is there anything that you want to tell me?" He says, "What are you talking about?" She says, "The odor in your room." He says, "Oh, it's just some dirty clothes in there." And she says, well, "Do you want us to have someone go in there and clean it?" He says, "Oh, no. Don't worry about it." So they leave it at that. Well, he actually told her what happened with Maud, that the window broke. She clenched her chest and had a heart attack. I'm like, oh, this man somebody needs to get him some help. And then at the end of the episode, so you guys remember, I was telling you Victoria wanted Hunter to put Jean's body in the chest, in that little chest, right? Well, when Victoria opened that and was taking the things out, what did she find? the bloody sword that killed Denise. So can we say that he's a serial killer at this point? Ooh, yeah, not looking good. But that's over, you guys. Again, before we end this video, the breaking news alert. Where are they? First of all, where are they getting these photos from? That's the funny part. Where the hell are they getting these photos from? But that's over, you guys. Be sure to like this video. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification button so you guys are aware of when I drop anything else. Share this video, and until the next one, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, wear your mask. We'll discuss that in detail on Friday in the week's hottest topics, especially to my Texas subscribers. Go subscribe to the Planner channel, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.